Hello, this is Deacon Will Frei on the 5th episode covering Ignatian spirituality. I offer this episode as a kind of review. All the information that I will use comes from an excellent book by Father Timothy Gallagher called The Discernment of Spirits, an Ignatian guide for everyday living. Ignatius' conversion on his convalescent bed is the watershed moment in his life. The framework of Ignatius' experience is his extended and intense thought about the things of the world. Within these lengthy periods of thought, other faculties in Ignatius are active as well. Affectivity comes into play, as well as imagination. This sacred project, the choice to live like saints, also becomes a focus of his thought. He then notices the affective experience that accompanies his thinking: delight, consoled, content, and happy, whereas his thoughts of the world leave him dry and discontented. Thus there is something more to notice, a during and an after. Both thoughts during produce a kind of delight, whereas the after is when Ignatius notices a difference. Then of course Ignatius takes action, becoming the great saint as we know him. All of this provides a living context for Ignatius's The Spiritual Exercises, and for the rules of the discernment of spirits. From this context we find a threefold paradigm which will prove important when considering Ignatius's rules for the discernment of spirits, the most practically usable instruction in the entire Christian tradition regarding discernment of spirits. This threefold paradigm, as well as an introduction to the text of the rules, will be covered in the next episode. As we begin diving into the discernment of spirits, I'd like to offer a prayer that St. Therese of Lisieux was wont to recite in order to know God's will. Lord, grant that I may always allow myself to be guided by you, always follow your plans, and perfectly accomplish your holy will. Grant that in all things, great and small, today and all the days of my life, I may do whatever you may require of me. Help me to respond to the slightest prompting of your grace, so that I may be your trustworthy instrument. May your will be done in time and eternity, by me, in me, and through me. Amen.